Well, we have come from upstairs here at the Gaylord Pickens Museum, the home of the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, and we want to share with you some great news because the class of 2021 of the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, Oklahoma's highest honor, has been announced, and we have the scoop on it.
We do, and first and foremost, get your calendars out. Mark down November 18th, 2021 in Tulsa, Oklahoma to attend the incredible Hall of Fame, which will honor these 8 outstanding Oklahomans.
You know, the Hall of Fame just amplifies my old saying that our incredible story in the state is not about places and events, even though they are unique in the world, like the Land Run and the Trail of Tears, but our story is about our people. And so we get to announce those folks. Let's don't keep the folks in suspense anymore. You want to introduce the first one?
Yes, I do. Self-taught Oklahoma artist and Cheyenne and Arapaho tribal member, Harvey Pratt was selected to create the Smithsonian's National Native American Veterans Memorial for the National Museum of the American Indian. The Warriors Circle of Honor was unveiled last year and brings together 573 federally recognized tribes. From El Reno, Pratt is a self-taught artist who works in oil, watercolor, metal, clay, and wood. His works include themes of Native American history, tradition, and the Cheyenne people. With more than 50 years in law enforcement, beginning with the Midwest City Police Department and retiring in 2017 from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, Pratt is a nationally and internationally recognized expert in forensic art. He has been involved in many high-profile cases, bringing closure to the families of loved ones and the capture of some of the most notorious criminals. During his service in Vietnam, a U.S. Marine in Air Rescue and Security, he was stationed at Da Nang Air Base, an inductee in the Oklahoma Law Enforcement Hall of Fame, the Oklahoma Military Hall of Fame, and the Oklahoma State Bureau Hall of Fame. Pratt also has been recognized by the Cheyenne people as an outstanding Southern Cheyenne and was inducted as a traditional peace chief, the Cheyenne Nation's highest honor. Pratt currently serves as chairperson of the Indian Arts and Crafts Board of the U.S. Department of the Interior. Harvey Pratt.
An author, attorney, and independent consultant, Hannibal B. Johnson graduated from Fort Smith, Arkansas's Northside High School, the University of Arkansas, and Harvard Law School. He has taught at the University of Tulsa College of Law, Oklahoma State University, and the University of Oklahoma. He serves on the Federal 400 Years of African American History Commission. That's a body charged with planning, developing, and implementing activities appropriate for the 400th anniversary of the arrival in 1619 of Africans in the English colonies at Point Comfort, Virginia. Johnson chairs the Education Committee for the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre Centennial Commission and serves as local curator of its world-class history center. Greenwood Rising is the name of that wonderful center that you should visit. His 10 books, including Black Wall Street 100 and American City Grapples with Its Historical Racial Trauma, chronicles the African American experience in Oklahoma and its indelible impact on American history. Johnson's play, Big Mama Speaks, a Tulsa race riot survivor's story, was selected for the 2011 National Black Theater Festival and has been staged in Koo, Switzerland. Johnson, who lives in Tulsa, has held leadership positions on nonprofit organizations at the local, state, and national levels. And for this work and a strong passion for community service, has received numerous honors and awards. Hannibal B. Johnson.
Yvonne Kauger is a fourth-generation Oklahoman from Colony. She grew up on what will be named a centennial farm next year. She graduated from Colony High School as class valedictorian and from Southwestern Oklahoma State University, magna cum laude. She became a certified medical technologist to put herself through Oklahoma City University's Knight Law School, graduating first in her class. She worked for Rogers, Travis, and Jordan before becoming the first woman judicial assistant to the Oklahoma Supreme Court for Justice Ralph B. Hodges. On March 14, 1984, she was appointed by Governor George Nye to the Oklahoma Supreme Court. The Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes of Oklahoma adopted her that same year. Kauger founded the Gallery of the Plains Indian, co-founded Red Earth with Ken Bonds, coordinates the Sovereignty Symposium, received the Governor's Arts Award twice, and chaired the Building Committee and Arts Committee for the Oklahoma Judicial Center, transforming and elevating the historic Wiley Post Building into one of Oklahoma's most incredible preservation sites for art by Oklahoma artists. With Lonnie Yearwood, she is turning her hometown of Colony into an arts colony. Murals by Eric Tippeconic and a sculpture by Patrick Riley and Ron Lowry already have been added to the John Kauger Memorial Park. Justice Yvonne Kauger.
Native Oklahoman Jim Stovall is proud to be able to make his home and operate his business in his hometown of Tulsa. In spite of blindness, Stovall lost his sight in his 20s. He has been a national Olympic weightlifting champion, successful investment broker, founder and president of the Emmy Award-winning Narrative Television Network, and a highly sought-after author and platform speaker. He is the author of 40 books, including the best-selling novel The Ultimate Gift, a major motion picture distributed by 20th Century Fox and starring the late James Garner. Another 5 books also have been made into movies, with 2 more in production, including his novel Will to Win, featuring the life, wit, and wisdom of Will Rogers. For his work in making television accessible to our nation's 13 million blind and visually impaired people, the President's Committee on Equal Opportunity selected Stovall as the Entrepreneur of the Year. He has been featured in the Wall Street Journal, Forbes magazine, USA Today, and has been seen on Good Morning America, CNN, and CBS Evening News. He was also chosen as the International Humanitarian of the Year, joining Jimmy Carter, Nancy Reagan, and Mother Teresa as recipients of that honor. Jim Stovall.
Immediately after graduating from the University of Oklahoma College of Law at the age of 57, Stanley L. Evans was named Dean of Students, the first African American to be appointed to a dean position at an Oklahoma law school. In his first year, incoming minority enrollment nearly doubled. During his tenure, OU Law achieved 100% minority bar passage rate multiple times and was named one of the top 20 law schools for diversity experience by U.S. News and World Report. Evans is a proud veteran, serving 32 years in the Army, including in Vietnam as a company commander. He was the first African American to command Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, and dean of the prestigious Command and General Staff College, in addition to presenting a $120 million project to Congress for the construction of a 413,000 square foot instruction facility. As chair of the Oklahoma Human Rights Commission, he energized the state on human rights awareness. The Oklahoma Lawyers for America's Heroes program, in which Evans is one of the founders, has helped more than 4,000 local veterans. As chief legal coordinator for Oklahoma City's Make a Will program, over 900 families have been given access to financial planning and wealth management. Evans' efforts have earned him numerous awards, including the Oklahoma Bar Association's Trailblazer Award, 2 Oklahoma Governor's Commendations, and the military's Distinguished Service Medal and the Bronze Star. Colonel Stanley Evans.
A third-generation Tulsan, Paula Marshall obtained her associate's degree from Tulsa Community College and her bachelor's, master's, and doctorate from Oklahoma City University. She has served as CEO of Tulsa-based international food manufacturer Bama Companies, Inc. since 1990. Bama's mission statement is "People helping people be successful." This not only includes helping Bama team members, but also their families and the community in which they live, work, and serve. In honoring this mission, Marshall has started, served, and partnered with numerous organizations and causes in and around Tulsa, including the Tulsa Chamber of Commerce, Tulsa Area United Way, the Margaret Hudson Program, DVIS, Food on the Move, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. For her commitment to others, she has been recognized with numerous awards and recognitions, including induction to the Tulsa Hall of Fame. Advocate of the Year for DVIS, the Journal Record's Woman of the Year, and named one of 25 Tulsans who shaped our city by Tulsa People magazine in 2011. The first manufacturer in Oklahoma to become a certified B Corporation, given to those companies who balance purpose and profit. Bama Companies has been recognized by the Tulsa Regional Chamber, McDonald's, and Yum brands as a top inclusive workplace, and received the prestigious Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award from the U.S. Department of Commerce. Paula Marshall.
Scott Hendricks is a country genre's most successful producer of the last quarter century, amassing 122 top 10 singles and counting, 78 peaking at number 1. He has earned 8 Academy of Country Music Awards, 4 CMAs, and an Emmy Award. His production credits are a list of country's who's who, including Restless Heart, Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn, Faith Hill, Trace Atkins, Chris Cagle, Dan and Shay, and Blake Shelton, among many, many others. And he has appeared 4 times as a mentor on NBC's The Voice. Hendricks' love for music began in his hometown of Clinton, where he was a 2-time All-State guitar-bass musician in a stage band. After graduating from Oklahoma State University, Hendricks relocated to Nashville, where he sold recording equipment by day and worked for free in a recording studio at night. Quickly making a name for himself, Hendricks was soon engineering and mixing sessions for Nashville's top producers. Since that time, he has worked both independently as a producer and engineer, as well as in executive positions. He founded the music publishing company Big Tractor and a Nashville division of Virgin Records, in addition to serving as president and CEO of Capitol Records, all before being named executive vice president of artists and repertoire for Warner Music Nashville. Scott Hendricks.
For 40 years, as editor of Oklahoma City's only black newspaper, the Black Dispatch, Roscoe Dunjee led the way in the struggle for civil rights. In his own words, he was endeavored to interpret the mind, the aspiration, the object, and longing of his people. Publishing the first edition at the age of 31, Dunjee was aware of the dire need for his people to have a voice in the affairs of the city and state. He saw and experienced firsthand the terrible discrimination and knew there was no representation for his people at any level of government. He played an integral role in court cases that would affect and change segregation laws in Oklahoma, including fights for equal access to higher education by Ada Lois Scipio Fisher and George McLaurin. He also served on the National Board of Directors of the NAACP, and 16 years was president of the Oklahoma State Conference of Branches. Born in Harpers Ferry, Virginia, Dunjee relocated with his family to Oklahoma Territory in 1892. Although he briefly attended Oklahoma's Colored Agricultural and Normal University, known today as Langston University, it was the inheritance of a 1,500-volume library, combined with his analytical mind that made Dunjee one of the most educated men in Oklahoma. Roscoe Dunjee will be inducted posthumously. And that is the Oklahoma Hall of Fame class of 2021.
Bob, just when you think you can't be more inspired or prouder of being in Oklahoma and being a member of the Hall of Fame as we are, you are continually inspired by these 8 fabulous inductees.
Well, every year, I think, I thought I knew all the stories about Oklahoma.
I thought you did too.
But every year, there are more stories that I learn and more great Oklahomans who are inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we get to hear about them.
Please join us and help celebrate these incredible 8 inductees. And if you can't be there in person, be sure and tune in and watch, because you'll be excited to learn more about their lives.
Hey, we better get back upstairs. I don't know if they missed us or not.
Do you think?
I don't think they did. I don't think they did. You went out one door, I went out the other door, so we'll get back upstairs. Thank y'all for watching.
Thank you.